What's up guys, this is your girl Venix and welcome to another video. For today's video I just wanted to do a little chit chat with you guys because I actually made 5 years as an architectural designer. So I just wanted to chat with you guys and kind of condense what I've learned and kind of break it down into 5 important lessons that I've learned throughout the years and share it with you guys so that you kind of foresee it in the future when you're working. And while we do that, I just wanted to build this SAKURA bookshelf decor thingy. If you're a book lover or you just like to display stuff, this is the one for you. It actually lights up. I don't know what to call this segment where I just chat and then make something, but then I'll call it model talk. I actually kind of assembled the pieces a little bit because it took way too long. I mean, look at this. Look how meticulous. So this is me assembling the day before. I was actually supposed to film the full video, but then I didn't know how long it would take to assemble each component. Oh gosh. Bruh. So I just wanted to get the main parts while I talk. Please stay tuned for the video, and also please stay tuned and see what the model looks like at the end. So let's get started. This is the SAKURA bookshelf decor templates, and you have a set of instructions. It's very detailed. And we have this equipment for the lights, and at first it was intimidating, but you'll see the magic afterwards. And these are the laser cut templates. Lesson number 1, humble yourself to work. Okay, so you've probably been that young designer or is gonna be that young designer who just came fresh out of school, and you're probably thinking like, oh,
I really want to wow my boss or wow my colleagues after school after you sent that sexy resume of yours.
But no, that's not always the case. Of course, like every designer has their own dream, and it could be designing their own house, designing houses for other people, maybe big structures, but that's not always the case. I mean, in the 5 years of a full-time designer, you're gonna be in this development phase and you're gonna be learning a lot. So it's still like, you know, troubleshooting, and you're trying to get the feel out of everything. And so for most of your working days, you're probably gonna end up like this. Bruh. You know, that confused cat. Yes, the confused cat. Oh, no. At the end of the day, this is when you get a real sense of what you're actually into. Maybe you love the conceptual phase and you get a thrill from rendering, or perhaps you're drawn to coordination and you gravitate towards construction management. It's great to bring that confidence when you're starting out. I admit, I was that person, and I'm not making fun of it, I get it. It was exciting to me because I just landed my first official position as an architectural designer. I was working at a small firm for my first job, and if any of you have worked in a small firm, you know how it goes. Basically, you do everything. Drafting, designing, managing projects. You wear all the hats. I remember my first project. It was a full renovation of a financial institution. The project really humbled me and opened doors I hadn't even touched in school. Even for something that might seem small, like a retail space, there's a lot to take on. But the part that really got to me was the production side. And let me tell you, if you ever heard the saying, the devil is in the details, it's definitely true. I made a lot of mistakes, and it caused a lot of headaches for the project managers if you simply don't know how a component like waterproofing is tied with the roof. I could make a whole separate video just on the production side, but here's the thing. You'll be surrounded by peers who have anywhere from 10 to 30 years of experience in architecture, so they're quick in, you know, picking up things. In a way, the way that I like to compare it, it's like merging onto a highway. You have to get in sync with the rhythm of the whole group. If you're not in control and if you don't plan ahead, you'll end up going the long way or just messing up.
Wow!
Point number 2, don't be afraid to ask questions. For example, in your first project, your boss asks you to determine if a bathroom is ADA compliant. There's so many factors you have to think about, like the legroom space, turning radius, and you may fall short on something else. So don't be afraid to ask questions that cannot be easily answered by Google or a book. Along the way, you will be asking yourself, is this a dumb question? Ask questions because you need to move forward and not slow down the team. If you slow down, you waste time and the company's money. So don't be afraid to ask questions because your boss, your supervisor, your project manager who has 20 to 30 years of experience are there to help you, and they're willing to help you because they care about your development and your strength for the firm. Also, just be on the lookout for project managers or architects who you gravitate more towards, meaning you feel comfortable talking to them and you know in your gut feeling you're not afraid to ask them anything, or the ones that you're not afraid to share some stories with. But no gossiping, that's a no-no. If someone connects you to another person, for example, if they dealt with a bank project before, then that's great too. You get to open a bond with that new person or someone who has been in the office for a while, but you haven't actually talked to them. And you get to learn more from them. We're gonna continue our conversation, and it goes to point number 3, master your skills. Whether it's mastering your skills such as Revit or AutoCAD and trying to become more proficient in it, I guarantee that it will make you a valuable team member to the firm. That would be super awesome if you're the go-to person. For example, like, oh, go to John because he knows how to make a custom window in Revit. Or it could be like, oh, go to Stacy because she knows a lot about Lee because she took the test earlier. Really take ownership of what you want to focus on, and you want to be that person. You want to be that go-to person in the future. If you work on a project and the project manager assigns you to take a small part of the building, for example, if you're just handling a storefront entrance and they assign you to do details, they want you to find out if it's impact rated or what kind of glass can be used. Be the expert so you can share knowledge to the team, because maybe your project manager wouldn't know it by heart. And you have to know that that architect or project manager assigned you that task for a specific reason. So one reason is because they're an architect, they may run the firm, be the construction manager, they have a lot of stuff to do, and they may not know everything. So that's one thing. Okay, sorry to interrupt, but then what I really like about this model is the etching, and it shows you the exact placements of where to put like your book. I think these are books or posters. Anyway, they wouldn't know everything, and that's how it is sometimes. What's even better is learning from a job field or learning from projects or even just buildings that you see every day. You may come across a raw construction site. Maybe like your company has a construction project going on. Don't be afraid to ask your supervisor if you can take part of it or if you can request for a site visit. Or what's even better is that if you have the chance to volunteer or you know someone that needs help building their house or renovate a kitchen, take those opportunities to learn. Ooh, we got this down. We got this side, we got one side, the second side, and then this is the one that goes in the middle. And then, ooh, the train. I think I showed you guys this before. These cute people on the inside. Okay, next point. Lesson number 4. Learning never sleeps. Yes, learning never sleeps. Even if it's just going on a walk, something simple like that, and you're looking at the surrounding environment, you're always going to be inspired by something. Or take advantage of your PTO and travel. Just observe, have a journal with you, take take some mental notes, however you want it, of how great places can be to allow people to come together, or take notes of the opposite of what doesn't work in a place. One of my favorite places in the world is Japan, and just the people, the vibe, and the architecture, you'll be pretty amazed, especially with the way the beams connect. You'll come across some facts that there are structures built without nails, and it's coming from a country that commonly faces earthquakes. So just journal your experiences, take photos or videos of anything that interests you or what inspires you. Okay guys, so we're finally done with the model. I attached the wiring and it's inside this left side and it's all hidden. It's nice and hidden, and the only thing is that the battery pack is over here. Number 5, take up a hobby, and it can be totally unrelated to architecture. After work, it can be mentally draining, and you just need that 1 to 2 hours of a hobby to keep you occupied, to get you away from all that mental stress that you have from your work. So it's good to have that one hobby, even if it takes an hour or two, to let your mind go on autopilot. It's a good way to start up conversations at work, or you can meet new people and build your connections through those hobbies. It's just a good way to give your mind a breather. It's like if you're a new mom, like my sister, she completely loves her kid, though she just needs that one day where she can drop off her son to my mom and she could spend an hour to catch up with friends for a mental breather from the baby. And for me, aside from this YouTube platform, which I find very lovely because I get to connect with you guys, I just try to pick up on other hobbies that I'm interested in, such as running and training for marathons. Other things just like archery, which is really fun, but then it requires a lot of arm strength and aim. And it's been, a learning process, but it's super fun. You get to kind of meet other people. It's just a mental breather for myself, and I hope that you guys continue a hobby or just grow upon it, maybe pick up a new one. I don't know, that should be your goal this year. So we're done with this. Let's see what it looks like in between books. Just imagine there's a invisible bookshelf and we have these books. There's one book and there's another book in between. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope that you got something out of it, especially you fresh out of school graduate or young designer. I hope that it helps you out. And if you want to see more videos like this, please comment down below. Also, please comment down your experience as a young designer starting out. I really want to hear from you guys. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye.